Today we're making the 4 Roman pastas, starting from least famous to most famous. First up is Gricia, often known as the forgotten pasta because it doesn't have much presence outside of Italy. But it's still one of my favorites and it only takes 4 ingredients to make. First, let's fill up a pot. Put it on the stove and get it boiling. Okay, we're starting with guanciale, which is cured pig cheek. And if you can't find this, don't worry too much. You could substitute with pancetta, but if you can get this, this is the best. Little strips. Now set this aside. Next, we're gonna grate 2 cups of pecorino romano. And this is full V pecorino romano with the black rind. That's how you know it's good. And make sure you use a fine grater so it melts evenly. And the nice thing about using parchment, it's basically just a funnel. Perfectly 2 cups. Set this aside. Next, we're gonna grind the black peppercorns. And you want it to be very coarse. You don't wanna get this into a fine powder. And if you don't have a mortar and pestle, just switch your pepper grinder to the coarse setting and it will work just fine. About a tablespoon of peppercorns. And this is about the texture you're looking for. Next, get a medium pot on the stove. Over medium heat, we're gonna wanna toast our pepper. Once it's fragrant, it should smell nice and peppery, turn off the heat. Oh, I just got some in my eye. I just got pepper in my eyes. Okay, I think we're okay. Now in with the guanciale. While the guanciale is cooking, let's get the pasta boiling. Generous salt, and in with the pasta. Once it's crispy, take it out. Set this aside and remove some of the fat. We'll add the pepper back in to bloom. It smells so good. Pasta's 80% cooked, so now we add it to the pan. Add a ladle of pasta water, or 2. All right, so we got the pasta cooking in the pan, and basically what we're trying to do is emulsify the guanciale fat with the water, with the starchy water, and just until it forms kind of like a nice cream. Add a little more water, just over about a medium-low. Next, we're gonna make the pecorino cream. In with the cheese. Once the pasta water has cooled down to where you can put your finger in and it doesn't really burn, in with a little bit of pasta water, only about 2 tablespoons to start. Just hydrate the cheese and make a paste. A little bit more. And there's a pecorino cream, or paste. Let's give it a try. Good. Make sure the heat's off and the pasta is just warm to the touch. Add the pecorino, a little bit of pasta water, vigorously mix. Let's take half of the guanciale, add it into the pasta, and mix it together. And we're ready to plate. And there it is. Cheers. Wow, that is one of my all-time favorite pastas. I'm surprised this isn't more popular. This is so good. I'm gonna finish this up and then let's move to the next one. Next up is Amatriciana, and it's the same ingredients as Gricia, except for you add tomatoes and chili. First, let's crush the tomatoes. You gotta get high-quality Italian tomatoes because it adds so much flavor and they're a lot sweeter. This is definitely my favorite brand right here. Let's open it up. This is a 28-ounce can. I'm gonna use about half. You're not looking for a smooth puree, you still want chunks of tomatoes for the texture, but you definitely want to break down the big pieces. Now we can set this aside. Next we need some heat. If you can't find this, just use red pepper flakes, it'll be totally fine. So we're gonna take off the top and the bottom as well, open it up on one side. You can just flatten it out and remove them. Give it a little tap, and we're just gonna get nice little strips. You want it to be pretty small so you don't get any big bites of chili, that's not fun. And cut across to get a dice. And set it aside. Next, let's chop a little more guanciale. Medium-low, pan on the stove, add the guanciale, and we'll just let this cook over low. Remove half of the guanciale and set it aside on a sheet tray. This is gonna seem crazy, but we're gonna leave all of that fat in there and it's gonna add a lot of flavor. In with the tomatoes. Next, let's add the red pepper as well as some black pepper. We don't need any salt because the guanciale fat's already really salty. Let's mix this up and then let it simmer. Salt the water, add the pasta. Now that the pasta is al dente, it goes into the sauce. And lastly, some grated pecorino. Let's plate here. We're gonna go down with the Amatriciana. We got the tomato plants here. We'll have some tomatoes soon. You can see these guys are pretty big here. We should have tomatoes in the next couple of days, honestly. Alrighty, let's get some basil. Garnish with that sauce. Generous with the crispy guanciale. Last but not least, a couple little sprigs of basil to make it look pretty. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Cheers, guys. Oh man, that is so good. I would say this is my favorite so far. The tomato adds so much. That is fantastic. Let's move on. Next up is Cacio e Pepe, literally translating to cheese and pepper, and it's a super simple but amazing dish. We'll start by grating 2 cups of cheese. Time to boil the pasta. Generous salt, twist, and let go. This pasta is super high quality, so it takes 22 minutes to cook, which is insane. Let's put a pot over medium heat. Let's crack some fresh pepper. Let's just toast this for about 2 minutes until it's nice and fragrant. Once the pepper's nice and fragrant, let's add the al dente pasta, as well as some pasta water. We're gonna put this over medium heat and just reduce this until it becomes nice and creamy. Let's add a small ladle of pasta water to the cheese and mix it well. Once you have a nice paste, you can set that aside. Let's continue adding a little bit of pasta water just to form a nice creamy emulsion here. You can see how the pasta is getting coated by the starch. Once it looks like this, cut the heat. We're gonna add the cheese as well as a small ladle of pasta water. We're just gonna vigorously mix this. You can see that's becoming beautifully creamy. That is cacio e pepe. Look at how creamy that is. That is perfect cacio e pepe right there. It's all about heat control. If you have the heat too high, it will turn stringy and gross. You get around the pasta with the tongs and just twist and twist. Once you think you're good, you can lift it up and then over to the bowl. Wow. Oh, it fell over. Look at that. No cream, no butter. 3 ingredients and you get this beautiful sauce. A touch of pecorino, a little bit of black pepper. There it is. One of the simplest pastas you can make, but if you have a good quality cheese and the right technique, it can be one of the best as well. I have a feeling this is gonna be one of my favorites. Cheers, guys. All right, we made it to the last pasta. This is carbonara. These are the ingredients you're gonna need, and I actually made this exact recipe with Linefield in Rome. Here are some pictures right here and here. Okay, let's get started. It's time to make your carbonara cream. Start with 2 bowls, egg into the small bowl, and using your hands, separate the yolk. Oh no, I broke it. Add your yolks to a bowl, and grate in some pecorino, about 2 cups. And for the cream, we're gonna put this right back in the fridge because we're keeping this traditional. Black pepper. Stir it up. And there's our carbonara cream, ready to go. Now we remove it from the pan, and we're also gonna remove about 3/4 of the fat. Once the pasta's al dente, let's add it to the pot. In with some pasta water, let's put it on low heat and cook until it becomes creamy. You can see, look at that cream that's formed. No cheese, no eggs yet. We're gonna take our eggs, we're gonna lightly temper with a touch of pasta water, mix this up. Let's add the cream, and make sure the heat's off. Vigorously mix, get it steamy, and then just use this as a double boiler to thicken the sauce. Let's add some guanciale into the pot. All right, guys, it's time to plate. Into the ladle, we twist our bowl. Some of that beautiful carbonara sauce right on top. A little more crispy guanciale on top. And that right there, the beautiful carbonara that Linefield would definitely approve. A little bit of guanciale on top. Cheers. I mean, that's the best one. Like, it deserves the hype. It's the most famous for a reason. Come on, it's so good. Thank you guys for watching, and comment down below what recipes you guys want to see next. And don't forget to like and subscribe.